Our weed of the week this week is shepherd's purse.
Shepherd's purse is one of those weeds that a lot of guys don't really know what it is. They just know it's a problem early in the year because it's a winter annual. It's bigger, it's already got some size to it, and trying to kill it is not really easy, especially if you're trying to get by with 8 or 16 ounces of Roundup. That's just not going to do the job.
Well, let's go old school then. How about tillage? When you're going out there with tillage, a lot of times with these winter annuals, anymore we're doing what's called reduced till. So guys are going out there and scratching the surface with a harrow or a field cultivator or something like that, or even a Salford machine, a bunch of coulters. You know, those things are okay with winter annuals, but they're not that good because a lot of these winter annuals by now are 2 feet tall.
Oh, let's talk about this though. When are we doing this tillage compared to normal? We're doing it fairly early in the year. Guys didn't even used to think about planting now. Oh, it's not even May yet. And you know, a lot of guys would say, oh, if it's not May, you're just crazy to even be out there. If it's not May 15th, you shouldn't even be planting soybeans. But in those cases, yeah, if you're going to go out May 15th, you're going to wipe out a lot of things doing some heavy tillage.
Yeah, heavy tillage, that's the thing. And so that's what I'm trying to get at here. If you want to just use tillage to control any winter annual, you got to make sure it's heavy tillage, because otherwise all you're going to do is make a lot of these weeds mad, and you're just going to kink them over, and they're going to be that much tougher to kill with herbicides. So just keep that in mind if you are doing tillage.
Okay, so let's talk about killing these weeds with herbicides. In corn, when you're using a pre-emerge product, in states where it's labeled, we do like Balance Pro. It's better on a lot of these small-seeded broadleaves. Otherwise, if you're going to use a Harness, Surpass, Dual, just count on needing some help post-emerge to clean this up.
Yeah, but it's easy in corn because Roundup is okay on shepherd's purse, not great, but okay. But you can add Distinct or Status or Clarity, something like that, and that'll wipe it out. Just make sure you're going with a full rate or as high a rate as you're willing to go with Distinct or Status. Get a good strong rate and you'll nail shepherd's purse.
Okay,
now,
let's talk about beans. In soybeans, if you're just going with a Roundup burn down, prepare to use 2 quarts of Roundup. Okay, so you don't want to spend 20 bucks? Then let's look at something else. What I really like is Sencor, but Sencor's tough to find, Brian. You can't find Metribuzin right now.
There's plenty of Domain out there, and Domain's a way better product than straight Sencor anyway. So use Sencor or Domain. Valor is okay as a helper to Roundup, so that is another option. And wow, that cat's on fire.
What about 2,4-D, Brian? We get questions all the time about 2,4-D, and I think these guys are nuts.
Well, yeah, I don't think you want to use 2,4-D at all in your soybeans. Do not use 2,4-D. It's too risky, especially this year when you're talking $10 or $12 soybeans.
Okay, and post-emerge in soybeans, you got to use a strong rate of Roundup. There really aren't a lot of helpers post-emerge that you can use to get rid of shepherd's purse. In wheat, shepherd's purse isn't usually a big problem, but if you do have some, just about any of the broadleaf killers in wheat do a pretty good job on shepherd's purse.
Well, once again, our weed of the week this show is shepherd's purse. It is kind of difficult to control because it's a winter annual, so just get after it as early as you can with a strong rate of a herbicide in the spring.
That's all for this week's weed of the week, but there's more Ag PhD to come after this.